you guys got one of the biggest podcasts out, man. I love your podcast, you and Q Rich. Talk about what got you guys started on that, how you guys started that, and how that came about.
Cause I went on a little hiatus after my mom passed. I was really going through it. And when I kind of basically came back outside, Q was just really big on me kind of telling my story. And God rest in peace, he just passed away in January. Guy who started his name Chris Bernard. He
Yeah.
uh he used to
From the
work for the
Knicks.
Knicks and stuff
Yep.
like that. And him and Q built a rapport through the Knicks. And Q did this story called Letter to Myself. And it went hand in hand with the Shy TV show. So they were looking for some guys that was from Chicago to tell their story. So he did it, and it got good reviews. So when I kind of came back outside, Q was just telling me like, man, when you ready to tell your story or whatever, man, I got somebody you can tell your story, got a platform, man. You can trust them. They ain't gonna change your story or try to talk bad about you or make you look goofy or nothing like that. So, I waited and waited and waited. So we talked about it for about a year and a half. And I finally I even did the story. And then I wouldn't even let them release it. So we talked about like another 8 months. And I
Mm.
finally let them release it on my mom's birthday. And when I released it, everybody was just showing a bunch of love from the article and stuff like that. Chris Paul, a bunch of guys like called me and just showed a bunch of love. Our NBA brothers just showed a bunch of love. And then after that, Q was kind of narrating it. So they was like, man, Q was just pushing like, man, we need a show, man. And we can get anybody on our show. So we thinking a show, and they came back as a podcast, but I didn't want to do it because I hated cameras and microphones. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, we don't do cameras and microphones where I'm from. Nah, I'm cool. And Q was like, nah, let's do it. But then I used to see this meme all the time that used to say you got to do something that makes you uncomfortable to take another step up in life. And I
Mm-hmm.
just kept on seeing this same thing over and over again. And then this was in my face. So I'm like, man, forget it. I'm going to go and try it because folks don't know your personality. Folks ain't probably never heard me laugh, joke, how I
Mm-hmm.
sound, anything. So we did it. And in our first season, man, we got the likes of Jason Tatum, Kyrie Irving, Durant, D Wade, Kobe even reached out and was like, "Man, I love what y'all doing, man. That's dope."
Mm.
And then it just turned into a responsibility to kind of help tell like all our stories in a good way. You know what I'm saying? So we was trying to just put some positive, something out there, kind of getting away from the negative and all that stuff for like our families to see. Cause some of us got kids that never even got the opportunity to see us really play or rock. They didn't get the opportunity to go to the gym with us and go to the games and stuff. So, it just turned to a responsibility, man. And, all our peers were showing love and appreciate what we was bringing to the table and bringing it out. And, man, it definitely was something that changed my life and gave me something new to do, you know. So I'm glad I made the decision. I'm glad Q talked me into making the decision, and it turned out well for me.
Well, y'all
And,
got a
and
hell of a
so,
podcast, man. Congratulations, man. I love
Man, I
it. I love
appreciate that. Appreciate that.
you know what I mean? Hey, so look, when you think about your legacy, what do you want it to represent, both as, or how do you think, what does it represent, both as not only a basketball player, but also as a man? How do you explain your legacy?
Mm, that's a great question, boy. You try to put me on the spot. Like, uh, I want my legacy to definitely be noticed as one of the 5,000 that ever played in this league, and just being a part of that brotherhood. I'm 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 not big on like coaches, organization, or fans critiquing my career or so forth on. Like what always mattered to me was like my peers appreciating and respecting the way I played and how good I was. So like guys like y'all or anybody that rock with the way my game was or how I
Mhm.
played, that's definitely big enough for me, for my like kids and stuff, just to know that I'm just one of the guys that
You held
made
your
it from
own.
nothing to something. Yeah, just made it from nothing to something. So
Okay.
that's definitely big. Like that was always the biggest thing to me. Is the guys I played against respected my game enough to be out there and play against them and with them. So that was all I kind of needed out of everything. All us wish for the Hall of Fame career and want to make all the All-Star teams and win the MVPs and the championships, but all us dice don't roll that way. So,
Yeah.
just to still be respected by the guys that's really somebody. And, when you hear guys like y'all or man, just anybody, man, Kobe, Tracy McGrady, all these guys that just tell you how they respected the game or how hard I play, or they can name a play or a game that I played in that they like. That's like that's like wearing a golden jacket to me.
Yeah. If you could go back and give your 18-year-old self advice from everything you know now, what would you go tell young Darius Miles?
Uh, Financial literacy would probably be the first thing. Learn financial literacy about your money.
Mhm.
Uh, s- Second thing I say, you can't be too real. You know, 'Cause I used to always after the season, I'm going straight back to the hood because that's all I know. I used to feel
Yeah.
safer in the most dangerous place for me to be safe in
Mhm.
when I should have just kind of got out there in the world and kind of moved around and experienced more life. If you see
Yeah.
what I'm saying, like after the
Yeah.
season, I'm on the first thing smoking back to the hood. you know, so
But when you losing like that, everybody go home. I mean
yeah,
you
like
shit. I've been on those teams too where we win 24 games, and you're like, okay, April 19th,
oh yeah,
I'm gonna be home April 20th.
cars already there. Everything already. It left a week before. Like,
Yeah, you stick your cars back a week before.
oh, you already know. Cars already there. Everything there. I've been riding a rental for a week. The last week of the season. 'Cause I know I'm out soon as the first thing smoke.
Rubber
Yeah,
burnt.
yeah.
I know,
Like
I know.
the
I've
beat.
been in that
Like,
situation. I know what you're talking about.
Trey Gang.